Hey everyone, just a quick reminder, it is December, and that means every video in December has a chance for you to win a free game. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment on that video for a chance to win. More information in the description. I have a really bad joke that we can just skip if it's too bad. Welcome friends, ScarfVLOG'D here, and it's time for the vlog. Okay, so we're going to start out with politics, because what happened just last night. So we're going to start low and then we're going to go up high, okay? So if you don't want to hear politics, because who wants to hear politics, just skip like a minute, and then another minute, and then, unless Jinx puts a time code, but if not, just go like a minute or two, because I don't want to do this for too long. Politics is frustrating, as we all know. There is the Michael Flynn thing that happened, like holy crap with that, but at the same time was the tax bill. And the tax bill looks really bad. It looks bad for everybody. The economists are saying it's going to be bad. People actually study taxes like this is going to be bad. Everyone knows it's going to be bad. And yet it was still going to happen. This is a chance for the Senate to finally get a win in their books. They haven't had any wins this entire year. They just keep getting beat over and over and over again. And they put anything and everything in here. They put an anti-abortion thing in here. They put in some stuff about Medicaid, Medicare, and all that stuff in there. They put everything in this tax thing. They're like, well, we didn't win any of these. Let's just put them all in here. And they just kept writing more stuff in. There's even scribbles in the bill. And then they get the vote going off, 51 to 49. And it's just, holy crap. In the middle of the night, when Obamacare happened, it was argued for a year. And it was looked at over and over and over again. And then it finally went through. But this thing just, it's only been like, what, 2 or 3 weeks? Maybe a month? I'm like, holy crap, it's already gone through. It's kind of crazy. It's so weird seeing it like this. If it's being done in the middle of the night, if it's getting rushed through, that's not good. And anyone should recognize that. And we are seeing a lot of Republicans who are very furious about this. We're seeing a lot of very unhappy Republicans because, like, no. Republicans are weird because it is hands-off government is what Republicans are supposed to be. But they're very hands-on about random things. They're very hands-on about abortion. They're very hands-on about, at this point, this taxing and all this stuff. It's really weird what they're hands-on and hands-off about. But the fact they're trying to sell that middle class and lower class can benefit from this is such a scary, bold-faced lie. Oh my god. It's just, I can't believe it. Now, if in 2018 we don't see a big backlash, I don't know what to think anymore. And in 2020, if we don't see a huge wave change, then I don't know what to think of our country anymore. Because I am very worried. I think we are on the path to something very bad if we don't do some changes. Because this tax is very, very bad. This whole tax reform, it's not good. And you have to, like, putting this in better words, if you actually listen to the people who actually know what taxes are, they actually understand how this is. Because I'm not that smart about it, obviously. I see what they have to say about it. I see all the objective, non-partisan research they have done, and it all says no. And the fact that despite all them saying it's not going to go well, and it still goes through, is scary. Because Obamacare took a damn year. And this took weeks. That is really frustrating. It is extremely frustrating. Our politicians are supposed to do right by us, and they're not. And it's just frustrating. You are actively seeing in real time the system failing you. And that really sucks. It really does. There should have been a lot of deliberation. There should have been a lot of just consideration. Back and forth. A lot of this and that, but we didn't get it. Now, it's not over yet. This is halftime. There is still the reconciliation of the House bill and the Senate bill. So there's still time to bug the crap out of these people. But it is frustrating to see it happen anyway. It's not great. It's not great at all. And we'll see what happens going forward. But it's not good. It really isn't. Now, moving on to other subjects that are also terrible, but not politics, but actually gaming. Let's talk about EA. Let's talk about EA again. Yeah, just EA. The UFC thing. Oh my god. So they're doing what they did with Battlefront 2, but with EA. But the thing is, EA with UFC, this is not as big a thing as Star Wars, obviously. They do this stuff with FIFA as well. They've been very pay-to-winny with these games before. And they're doing it even more egregious now. And the question is whether or not this matters. Because UFC fans are used to this, while as people at large really ignored UFC. Like, it's really for people who are fans of UFC. But after what EA just did with Battlefront 2, it's like, is this really a good play by them? It'll be interesting to see what happens because everyone's looking at EA right now. There's politics going on with loot boxes and everything. And with that debate about should there be legislation and everything, it's too late. The gaming world was not able to slow down EA enough. The gaming world is not able to stop EA or Take-Two or any of the other companies doing this stuff. The gaming world itself couldn't pull it off. It is our own fault as a community and everything that this is happening, that now there's legislation. Because legislation is always going to be behind the times and it's going to hurt. And there's not much we can do about it at this point. We, as just everyone as a whole, we failed, basically. Like, despite all the yelling and all the screaming and all the backlashes and everything, it wasn't enough to convince EA to not be crap about this. And so, this is where we are now. And it's going to be interesting to see what Belgium does and other countries and what will happen in the US, if anything. Because right now they're saying, no, it don't count. It's because it's a very different definition. The definitions are rigid in the US, and it does not rigidly constitute as gambling. But if you really just stretch it a little bit, you realize it is. But it's just, because the law needs to be rigid, it shouldn't be as fluid, I guess, when it comes to US law. We're kind of stuck in the past, and that needs to get changed up. So that is a little frustrating. Because something does need to be done. It should be better for consumers, but it's not. The other thing, though, is EA lost 3.2 or 3.4 billion in stocks. So holy balls. And it's deservedly so, though, considering what they've done. But the other thing is, I can't believe EA, the excuse... Okay, did you hear this one? The excuse they're using for why loot boxes exist is because they could not do things within the canon to, like, do cosmetics and stuff. It's like, the hell they can't. You can have... Well, they do have. They have Kylo Ren without his helmet, with his helmet. You can do different outfits for all the different characters. You can have young Obi-Wan Kenobi if you wanted in this thing. You could have Darth Vader. They could do Darth Vader shiny suit and not shiny suit if they wanted. They could do that. There's just different things they can do. There are poses in this thing. There are lines in this thing. There's plenty of tat in the game already. And they're trying to use the excuse that they could not make tat within lore. And yet you have Darth Maul versus, you know, versus, oh, what's her name all of a sudden? Rey. You have Darth Vader versus Rey. Like, it's BS and it's getting tiresome. Business BS is getting really tiresome and it's going to keep happening, but it's getting more and more tiresome. We're seeing bigger and bigger backlashes, which is a good thing. But it's just frustrating seeing what EA is doing. It's frustrating to see what Take-Two is planning on doing. It's frustrating what all the big companies have been doing. Ugh. Playing Destiny 2, the Ingram system is a little annoying, but it's not too annoying to me. It's just a little dumb, but I accept it. Like, I've accepted the Blizzard way of doing things, but I understand why people would not be okay with it. Like, I have made that concession. I've made the concession of what's the word here? Of cosmetic boxes. But what EA was doing was not cosmetic boxes in any way. That was power boxes. Buying for power will always be a line for me. Buying loot boxes in general, I think what eased me in on that was Smite's way of doing it, and even then I did not like how Smite did it. I didn't like how Smite did their loot boxes, but it did get me used to them. That's what they did. Smite did that. They were able to get me used to just cosmetic boxes. So good on them, I suppose. Insidiously, when you think about it. Going forward, we're going to see what happens with loot boxes, and I'm really curious what kind of regulations may happen. Because the EU is, a big freaking place, worth a lot of money. So if Belgium goes through with it, and all these, I don't even know how they're going to figure out the loot boxes, how they're going to go for it, and are they going to get advisors, or are they just going to, the politicians are going to figure it out themselves? It ain't going to go well. It's not going to go well. It's going to be very interesting, but it ain't going to go well. That's for dang sure. I'm really curious how that's going to go. Two more things. The channels and also the topic. So the channels. And also it goes into the topic as well. Actually, let's do over the topic first. So I was talking with a friend and I didn't realize something until they put it out there. The universe is vast, but not just the universe, but the world around us is vast. There are more things to consume than we could possibly consume in lifetimes. Multiple lifetimes. And you think about it, yeah, you're right. Netflix has just so many shows you can watch. You can watch a bunch of movies you've liked in the past as many times as you want. You can listen to music. There's a lot of music out there. You can listen to all that. Then you've got YouTube and Twitch, and you got other things. YouTube has how to do thing videos. YouTube has just funny idea stuff, like the slow motion cam stuff, or magician stuff, or like card tricks, or cars, or it fills every niche. There is so much stuff to watch. Every time I run into somebody, they have like 8 million subs, and they get like 10 million views a video. I'm like, I've never heard of these people before, and it keeps happening. The internet is vast. YouTube is vast. There is so much stuff to consume. There's so much stuff to watch. How do you choose what to watch, what to do? And it's true. We're at a point where our time, in my opinion, time has always been the most valuable resource you can give out. That is what time is. Time you spend with your family, with your friends, for work, doing little projects, doing whatever you do with your time. That is the most valuable currency you have. And so you take some of your time to watch something. And this is why people multitask. So you watch something and do something. Or you listen to something and watch something. And like you're trying to do like multiple things at once because there's just so much going on. Some people, like I've done this, if there's a movie I kind of want to see, but I don't really want to see, but I do want to see it, like it's that weird middle ground, I'll watch it at 2 times speed or 3 times speed. I'm still cognizant of what's going on. It's just way faster. It does kill the tone of the movie and ebb and flow of it, but you kind of realize some of these movies, it's fun because it wasn't really that great, but wanted to see it anyway. Like Warhorse. I'm like, I'm kind of interested in Warhorse, so I'll watch Warhorse. So I watched it 3 times speed. And I slowed it down at the very emotional parts, but it's just, I don't know. It's a thing that happens. By the way, random fact, TV Land, if that's the name of the channel, I can't remember right now, they've been showing old sitcom shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and stuff like that at like 1 point something speed, like a little bit faster. Just a little faster than normal. And people started to notice, it's like, well, that's really weird. So that they can get more commercials in. It's a very interesting concept there. And the reason for it is, we kind of get used to it. Think about driving. You're just driving whatever speed, but when you go on the freeway, you're going 65 miles per hour, it just, at a point, it just feels slow. You've adjusted to the speed. It just feels like you're going, but you're just going. That's all it feels like. It doesn't feel any different than if you're going at 10 miles per hour or 20 miles per hour in a neighborhood. It's kind of weird. You just feel acclimated to it. And so, a better example, play Smash Brothers on 2 times speed. Play that for a while, for an hour, for 2 hours. Eventually you get used to it. Then when you play it on normal speed, it feels so slow. I remember doing this in high school and in college playing Smash. When they had 2 times speed, it was like, okay, this is really crazy. Eventually we got used to it. We're doing really good moves and everything. And then we went back normal and it just felt like molasses. And then if you do slow mode, even more so. It's very interesting how we adjust to things. And so we will do things where we will just, like I said, watch things at faster speeds, or try to watch 2 things at once. This is really weird, things that happen. But like, I'll watch, when I was doing machinimism and editing videos and stuff, I would watch or listen to things while working on stuff. When I'm cleaning audio, maybe, like, we've seen streams where I'm like listening to like interviews and doing audio, or doing whatever things. Multitasking is just something we do, which is bad because, like, neuro people are like, we're really bad at multitasking. We actually get worse if we do it. And it's like, well, there's not much we can do about it. We're going to need to evolve the ability to multitask better because there's just too much to consume. How does that lead to the channel? That is obvious. What can we do to make it that people are willing to spend their time on us? And then later on, it's their money on us, like with Patreon and everything. But first, their time. I am thankful to y'all. Like, this year has been extremely rough. Like, leaving Smite definitely hurt us a lot. But this year has been very rough. We don't get a lot of views per thing. But some of you are very dedicated, and some of you really like to watch every video, and I'm very thankful for that. And then there's a group of you who only watch the vlogs, which is so interesting. Because the vlogs are our highest view number besides the one-shots. That's what it is. And it's so interesting to see just a number of people show up for just this and nothing else. I'm hoping to convert over to some people to podcasts, because it's still me talking, basically, but just with someone else. And I'm talking about EA and all that stuff because this week's guest is going to be an artist, so it's not going to really be gaming talk. It's going to be more creative and art talk than gaming. So that's why I'm talking about EA now, because I would like to see Verb's opinion or Kylax's or any of my other friends' opinions, but I'm not talking with them this week. So that's why I'm talking about it now. But the channel, here's what it was when we made it. The channel's goal was to be a mix of my two favorite people, Total Biscuit and Jesse Cox. Very funny, that's what Jesse Cox is. Total Biscuit can be funny times. And to be informative, that's very much Total Biscuit. And that's what the one-shots were. The one-shots are basically our WTFs, but our version of it. And what's important is not that you do the same concept, that you do it well. That's what's important, because it's all about execution. There's 1,001 vanilla puddings, but not all of them are as amazing as each other. Some people know how to make it better than others. I should have said flan. Flans can be more varied than vanilla pudding. A good flan, oh my god. I had a good flan at Thanksgiving. It's just like, ooh, just making a mess with how good it was. And a bad flan, you just feel angry. You just feel hateful because of how bad it is. Weird aside, but how do we make us worth watching? That is an interesting question. And I think the direction we're going to take next year will help with that a little bit. The direction I want us to go is the LPs by majority will go on the side channel, because I like to stream, I like to play stuff. But the problem was we've been doing things kind of piecemeal and weird, where I play a bit of this, I play a bit of that, I play a bit of these things. And the reason for that was just everything happened in October. We had to do Wolfenstein in bits, we had to do Destiny 2 in bits, we had to do Mario Odyssey in bits. We're still not done with Mario Odyssey. We're still not done with Rabbids. Like, we had to do things in bits. Going forward, once these are all done, we'll do one game and plow all the way through it. That's the plan for the side channel. And then we'll do little things here and there that sprinkles in as well. But for the main channel, there'll maybe be only like one or two LPs. One LP. There'll just be one LP, two if something really important comes up. Like, right now we're doing, like, there will always be a voice LP, because I need to always be practicing my voice work. That is very important. If I want to actually get good at something, I need to do it, right? So I need to do these voices. So Professor Layton 2 is coming. The Diabolical Box, or Pandora's Box, however you want to put it. This is coming, and there's going to be voice practice. And every day, the stream's going to be at least 1 hour of me doing that. The other hour will be for the side channel as I LP something, or I do research for the one-shots. The main channel is going to be voice LP, one-shots, maybe some Scarf plays as well, just us exploring other things, bountiful research whenever those show up, and who knows what else. Like, maybe we'll bring back Chad, maybe we'll bring back something else, or we'll do some other special projects. I want the main channel to be special projects and the things we really want to show. And so I want the channel to be informative and entertaining. That's really what I want it to be. The side channel is just all entertainment. It's just LPs. Have fun with that. That's what it's going to be. So if you want to just see the LPs, you go to the side channel for sure for that. Want to see special projects and other ideas, go to this channel. Of course, the vlog's going to be there, and the podcast is going to be there. And now that I have money from a job, we can actually look into podcasts in real. Like, how much money it will cost, like a month, or however they work, or a year. I don't know how they do cost, to actually host a podcast thing, so that we can be on, like, SoundCloud and Airwolf, or whatever the other ones are called. I am lacking in knowledge. I need to learn where we need to go and where we need to put the podcast up, so that we can actually have people who listen to podcasts listen to it as well, besides people listening to us on YouTube. That's a very important step for the podcast, because it's really fun to talk to people and explore ideas and stuff with other people. So the podcast is going to keep going forward. Anything else to say? I think that is it for the channel stuff and the LPs and everything. But yeah, going forward, just solid LP on Twitch. At least I'm going to try to do that. XCOM 2 is almost done, and I don't know what to do next after that. XCOM 2 is our biggest draw, because you're playing, you have viewers named in this game. That's what's always been fun about XCOM. XCOM 1, 2, and now Lord of the Chosen has always been our biggest draw when it wasn't Smite. besides Smite, because our biggest draw besides Smite has always been XCOM 2. It always draws the biggest crowd, and that's because the characters are named and everything, and we have a lot of fun with that. But XCOM 2 War of the Chosen is almost done, and I don't know what to do next. I don't know if I want to do a long war, or I want to just do a different game, because of the job, time is so much more valuable, and I need to be smart about how I use it. So I have to play a game that will draw you guys in to watch, but also worth putting up, and but also just something new. I can't just do XCOM 2 again, because I'm really bad at it. If I was really good at XCOM 2, we would do an expert run next, and an Iron Man mode and stuff like that. But I'm terrible. I am awful at XCOM 2, and it hurts so much. So I gotta find something that we can do. Maybe Destiny 2 raid runs, or PvP, or something with that. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. You guys can make suggestions. You guys and gals can make suggestions as well. What would draw you in on a Saturday night? What would draw you in on a Sunday night? What would make you want to watch? What would make you want to play with me? And you can't suggest Smite. You can't. Like, I could still go into Smite and play Thanatos and Wreck, because Thanatos is build independent because of how he works, unless they reworked his kit. Thanatos, here's the thing, Thanatos is a cheat. Really quick aside, Thanatos is a cheat of a god because he's percentage based. It doesn't actually matter what you build on him. All that matters is you know how to aim and play him. That's all you need. Which is why we could do the freaking build nothing, like build boots and then build tanky for no good reason, and we could win because he's percentage based. You could build full ADC on him and you could win. It's not actually a bad idea to do full ADC because you can actually kill towers that way. You can do percentage base, you can do power base, you can do whatever you want. You can go speed Thanatos. You can do whatever you want with Thanatos because he's percentage based. That was the cheat with him. That has always been the cheat with Thanatos. All it matters is if you know how to aim your shots, and you know how to when to use your ult, and you're just spatial recognition of your opponents. And that is why I wrecked with him so hard for so long, is because he is independent. He can do whatever he wants, and that's what makes him so fun. Unless they change his kit at this point. It's been a while. I do miss Smite, but I don't miss the rage. I don't miss the mean comments. I don't miss those parts, and I feel better because of that. But it also sucks to have a smaller following because of it as well. But I am confident in our ability to someday reach even greater heights than when we played Smite. I'm confident in that. It's just taking some time as we're improving our skills, because we're definitely better than we were back then, but we don't have the crowd we had back then. That's for sure. But in due time, we'll see what happens, because I'm not giving up on this, and we're only getting better. We just need to get even better than we are, even more so. That sounds weird to say it like that. But that's what it is. And also we got to work on our advertising as always. Oh, by the way, the giveaways, right? It's December. So every video in December, make a comment and gives you a chance to win a game. We'll put let's see here. I also want to do a giveaway through Gleam again. The Gleam for Thanksgiving is about to end, so you're going to see this video after it ends. But then I'm going to give away 10 games to those 10 winners. That's going to be great. And then I'll put up a December Gleam as well. I'm just experimenting with different ways to do giveaways. That's really what I'm doing. And, yeah. I think that is everything to talk about. And, oh wait, one more thing. I don't think I explained how we're going to be worth watching. The idea is side channel to be very, very entertaining. The main channel to be fun, but also informative, which is the one-shots. And to an extent, the Scarf plays, because I'm playing games I don't necessarily want to recommend, and you can see why. So those will be very useful. Benefit research is to see, is this boob game worth it? And special projects. If we bring back Chad, that might be interesting as well, because Chad is news stuff. And so there's always news that you just didn't know about, like Epic Games suing a 14-year-old. That was interesting to read about just now. I'm like, what the crap, really? And explain that really quick. They're suing a 14-year-old because he was subscribing to a aimbot service, and he was using that to play the game, and the kid was being kind of mean about it. And it also has to do with YouTube DMCA as to why this kid and another kid, we don't know the other person's age, but are getting sued by Epic Games because they have to sue, because those are the rules of lawsuits and everything when it comes to to copyright and all that stuff, so they had to sue the 14-year-old boy. But it's like, it's a 14-year-old boy and all this stuff, and it's a really big mess. But the fun tagline is, Epic sues 14-year-old boy. It's like, wow, I wonder what we could do with Chad with that. And, yeah. So, oh, by the way, really quick, I saw Coco, Pixar's Coco. Holy crap. I cried. The Frozen thing at the start, the 20-minute Frozen short, was so unnecessary. It was not bad. It was nice, but it was like a 20-minute short before Coco. It really gives you a weird tone by doing that. It's very odd. And, yeah, can't wait to see Star Wars in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna get off work early. I'm just gonna watch it. You go watch it. It's gonna be something else. It's gonna be interesting. I cannot wait to see Star Wars 8. The Last Jedi. So I can't wait for that. So that right there is the vlog. I had fun talking about it, for watching and listening, and that's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. Alright everybody, November's over, so it's time to shave, as you can see. So remember always to shave up high and down below. It's so bad.